Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Grum podcast. I'm joined here with my co hosts, Caleb, Toby, and Ollie, and me,
Grum.
Alf. Today, me and Toby will be educating Caleb and Ollie about Skibidi Toilet.
I'm being signed up for this.
For anyone who has not watched Skibidi
Ugh.
Toilet, before you watch this podcast, you need to go and watch all 70 episodes of Skibidi Toilet because it is really fascinating for great detail and really this great storytelling being told in these shorts and these Gmod
Fucking baffling that they've
animations.
managed to pump out 70 of these by now.
Baffling. With such high quality, it is baffling, to be honest. They keep getting longer and longer and
You
better and better.
cannot say Skibidi Toilet is high quality.
You've never
Dude.
watched it. Can you give me a minute
Oh
to
my god.
talk? Right,
Apologies.
Ollie, Caleb, how much do you actually know about Skibidi Toilet?
I know the toilets go skibbity dub dub dub, yes,
I've
and then the
seen
cameramen don't.
I've seen maybe like two of the TikToks, and they
Who?
they make
I'm
me
not well versed in the Skibidi lore. I've not consulted the grimoires.
First off, they're not TikToks. They're YouTube Shorts. Okay, first mistake
Come
there.
on, Caleb.
Um, but basically,
Yes.
Skibidi Toilet is a evolving universe with lots of different characters. Now, I'm not going to get into that right now because there are a lot of characters at play. Like Tony Zarrett, for example, is canonically in the Skibidi verse.
Please explain. What the
So
fuck?
basically, Tony Zarrett made a video called "My Ex-Wife" or "My Wife Left Me Because of Skibidi Toilet." Now, since Skibidi Toilet features inside of this video, it actually canonically means that in Skibidi Toilet, Tony Zarrett existed in the universe. Now, theories have proclaimed that Tony would have been in the Skibidi verse around about Skibidi episode 5, when the Skibidi toilets actually started invading um, the world. And that's why
Interesting.
his
I think
ex-wife
it's
left him. It's
interesting.
quite a deep theory. There are a lot of plot holes inside of this theory, especially that Tony Zarrett lives in New York, right? Skibidi Toilet, like the whole invasion, all of the videos that we see in Skibidi Toilet and all of the episodes, is actually not set in modern day New York, like the Tony Zarrett thing is. The reason why we know it is set inside of New York in the Skibidi episode is because you can actually see the Twin Towers in the background, which also suggests that the Skibidi Toilet story happens before 9/11, which is not when Tony Zarrett's video was published.
So,
Obviously,
Alf, are you
That's
suggesting that
interesting.
Skibidi Toilet caused 9/11? Let's talk about that.
I am not suggesting that Skibidi Toilet caused 9/11 because you can see both of
I
the
am.
Twin Towers in the background. Also, you have no
So you're saying the
knowledge of
Taliban
the
is
Skibidi-verse.
worse than the Skibidi
Wait,
toilets because
wait,
they
wait, wait, wait,
have
wait.
the Twin Towers?
So you're telling me that Skibidi Toilet gave that unreasonable Ohio Riz
Get him out.
No.
Banned. Replace him with Blake.
Who's Blake?
I don't know who Blake is.
Anyway, back to the discussion at hand. So basically, Skibidi Toilets did not do 9/11 inside of a Skibidi verse
Yes,
because
they did.
you can see the World Trade Center in the background undestroyed. So,
You're right. They didn't do it in the Skibidi-verse, but I believe they did it in real life.
do you
I
think they
think
had a
that is
hand
how
to
they
play
planned
in
to
real life?
launch their invasion in 2001, but they were thwarted by the Bush administration, and they only managed to destroy the World Trade Center and the Pentagon partially.
See, now that's kind of
Where
cool.
they were
Real life
investigating
conspiracy
fraud.
theories.
Real. In
Real.
Skibidi Company.
To be
All
honest,
the
your theory
embezzlement
has a
in
lot of
Skibidi toilets.
implications. You
Exactly.
know that, right? In the Skibidiverse, so the Skibidiverse is actually part of our own universe, which I find quite an
Bush
unsettling thought.
blamed
So
9/11
can you
on
explain
Al
to me
Qaeda when he knew it was the Skibidi toilets.
what I
This was
want
just
clarification on is the cameraman Titan.
Okay, so the cameraman Titan, he's back. If you haven't watched the most
He's
recent
back.
Skibidi toilet, they actually
You
fight the
spoiled it.
most
You
powerful
spoiled it for
Skibidi
me.
toilet.
You spoiled it.
Sorry, that's why I told the viewers to watch Skibidi toilet
Bastard.
before.
You do
Well,
not
I'm sorry
say
you
that.
haven't
I
been.
didn't know that the Titan Speaker Man was back, you piece of shit.
You did know that. You have watched up to episode 67. The
I
cameraman
have watched
Titan
the first
came back
50
to 50.
episodes and I gave up after that.
Oh,
I could not believe how amazing the series was.
and you
I
wanted to
don't
leave
think I
it.
could have taken any more of it.
Well, okay, so they're both back and they're both bros. In episode 57, they actually, cameraman Titan and the speakerhead Titan, who they actually got back okay, they actually high five, which shows a lot for the implication of the relationship between the two characters and the dynamics at hand. It suggests that they're bros, which I think is kind of awesome. Anyway,
Wow.
so they take on who they think is the most powerful Skibidi toilet. Basically, the scientist and most powerful Skibidi toilet, they kind of meet up with them for a 2v2. Now, it's not as it seems. You will not believe what happens. The most
What?
powerful Skibidi toilet is abandoned by the scientist. The scientist teleports away, and he's left alone. Cameraman Titan and the Speakerhead Titan go to town on the most powerful Skibidi toilet.
Wow.
Have you got somewhere
That
to
is
be? Have you got somewhere to be? I heard that.
Who was it that fucking just called Moore's Mutual?
You're
Uh,
clearly not taking this seriously, are you? This is a discussion, a
I'm
podcast
Johnny on the
called
spot. I'll hook
Men's
you up.
Mental Health, and we need to talk about Skibidi Toilet right now.
it was made for my penthouse, okay? Sue me, but I'm always on that grind.
He's on
You know,
that grind set, man.
let's just stop talking about Skibidi Toilet for a moment. I don't think you're in the right mindset to talk about Skibidi Toilet at the moment. Let's talk about all of our streams of revenue. Mine, gambling.
Wow. Insightful. So, what is your favorite game of gambling to gamble? Alpha's died.
Sorry,
He
I'm
has
back.
suffered deep vein thrombosis.
Deep
He's been
vein.
replaced Skinwalker, Skin Alfie.
So
Don't
anyway,
trust
let me
him.
go on about my revenue streams. Mine's all from gambling. I love gambling, not only for its recreational value,
Gambling
but
is
also
so
for
thrilling.
money.
I'm not gonna lie. I love
It
gambling
is. When I get into a casino, I literally cannot stop. That's true dedication.
because you never know when you can win big. It's
Yeah,
just always there.
I feel like for all of the gamblers out there, a lot of the gamblers starting out, if you guys are listening, just never stop. Because you're always one spin away from your big win, which get you all your winnings back.
You know,
Sound God.
a lot of the advice used for gambling can actually be used for another thing. It can also be used for gooning.
Gooning. Now that's interesting you bring
You
that up.
keep going until you hit it big.
No, that is not what gooning is. You goon until you lose your brain. Now, I actually pair gambling and gooning together because I feel like, for me personally, it actually improves my gambling and it makes me a lot more engaged in the slots at hand. Would anyone like to talk about their experience with gambling and gooning?
I would like to talk about a hobby of my own,
Oh,
and that is day drinking. Um, I just think that drinking shouldn't be confined to one day a week on a Saturday or in the evenings. And personally, I think using whiskey
Oh,
instead of mouthwash in the morning really adds to the brushing experience.
listen to this. I have a theory. There's Thirsty Thursday, so you can always drink on Thursday. Frisky Friday, always drink on Friday. Of course, Saturday and Sunday, you always drink. Tuesdays, you know,
Thursday,
I'm fine.
Tuesday.
Tuesday's the new
Thirsty.
Saturday. Might as well drink.
What was it? It was
Amen,
Thirsty
brother.
Tuesdays to drink on Tuesday.
Triple
Whiskey
Tuesday.
Wednesday to drink whiskey on Wednesday. And
Wow.
Moonshine Monday to drink Monday. So
Do you
I'm
really,
with
follow
Caleb on
there
that.
is a reason to
Magic?
drink every day.
So, Caleb, are these the core principles that you follow inside of your life, and it's why you're so successful?
Yeah, I do follow this daily. Yeah, every night, always had to have at least enough to where I punch my child.
Now, what I'm not liking there is number one, you have children. Ew, gross. Number one, how can you make money with having children? They're leeches, and they offer no value to you as an alpha male.
And women.
All my profits that I
Also,
make,
I'm
I
not
hide
done.
them from
I'm
the
not done.
IRS,
You
and I
said
put them out.
drinking at night, Caleb, and that's very concerning for me. I've known you for a very long time. You know, we grew up in the ghetto together, and we came out of the ghetto together. And I didn't know that you stopped day drinking all of a sudden.
I do dabble in a bit of day drinking, but I usually hit it heavy after dark.
I
I think
disagree.
that is for the weak. The reason my hobby is day drinking is because I want to drink in the
Well,
day,
but
not at
do you have
night.
any successes? I hide all my profits that I make from the IRS, and I don't tell my family about them.
Tax man, get him, get him.
So you're
Stealing our money,
involved with
tax man.
the government.
Fed, we've got. He's glowing.
So
Keep
you're
on
literally
glowing,
a
glowing.
glowy.
Fuck you.
Caleb,
Keep on glowing.
in what world are you a part of the government? I know you're so deluded because of your years of drug abuse, but when did you become a part of International Glowy Incorporation?
I think a couple years ago when I realized I can make a lot more money. Because money is really just everyone's after money. You want money, so
I mean,
as I
you know
found out
what
I
they
could get
say.
more money
You know what they
through
say.
joining them. I left behind, you know, the methamphetamine and fentanyl that I used to use.
I mean, Caleb, you know what they say. They say to get your money up, not your funny up, and I guess you took that to heart.
I did take it to heart.
That's true. I don't like you anymore, is what I'm going to say.
Glowy.
Blatantly, I think glowies are the root of all evil in society, and
I
me
agree.
personally, I've been attacked by them. There's these people called, they collect for television licenses, for example. They keep pestering me for not paying my television license, and you are a part of that administration, which has been punishing me, and I don't like that. I thought you, being an alpha male, wouldn't be a part of this beta cuckoldry.
Well, you're wrong. I'm not an alpha male. I'm a sigma male. And there's a reason why sigma males are more attractive also to females than alpha males are. Because you get
Explain
our
this
money
then,
up.
Caleb.
Now, explain that,
If you're
Caleb.
more attractive to females, why are you attracted to males?
I'm
Checkmate
That's a
liberal.
common misconception. I'm not
Common
attracted to females.
misconception. Common misconception. Have you seen your ass?
Um,
Now, I'm not gay by any means, but I can appreciate that you have an ass made for shaking.
Caleb,
Shaking for men.
Caleb, have you seen that video?
What video?
That video of my nuts in your mouth. Where?
Get him off. Get him off.
Okay. Seriously, this is a serious podcast about men and everything to do with the male ideals. And I feel like you, Toby, out of anyone here, would understand how someone can go from a beta loser cuck to an alpha male. Let's
So
talk about you.
Caleb,
Tim.
Caleb,
Yes.
where is this money that you're stealing from people going? Could it by chance be going to fund an army of mutant horses on the moon? I know what they do up there. I know. I'm not stupid. I know there's an equestrian center with mutant laser horses ready to take over the earth,
No.
all
You've
funded by the Fed.
given me an
My lead
idea.
team won't let me speak on this topic, so
No. Ollie, you've given me an idea, actually. So now that we've connected Skibidi Toilet to the real world, where are the Skibidi Toilets hiding? Now, you, Caleb, have given me a great idea. Now, this is just a theory, of course, unless someone could confirm it, but I think that the governments of the world are all in a global cabal. All the companies in the world, all are part of one group. A group of people. This being Skibidi Toilets.
so you're saying
Now,
the government is skibby toilets? The
yeah,
world government?
so there's this common conspiracy theory which everyone's heard that lizard people are controlling the world. Now, what I am saying, or I'm proposing to everyone here, is that they're not lizards, they're Skibidi Toilets. Now, What do you guys think about that?
That's quite interesting.
I think
But
it's quite
see,
plausible.
I have a very important question for all of you gentlemen.
Yeah.
Where do you think is the ideal location
I
and so
think we should continue talking about the previous topic of
no, no, shush,
conversation
shush, shush,
before we
shush,
move to a new one.
Wait, no,
shush,
no, no.
shush.
Wait, this glowy Toby here. I don't think it's actually real
He
Toby.
doesn't want to
Real
speak it.
Toby
He
he
we
doesn't
found
want
the
us
truth.
talking about the truth.
Exactly, he knows about the
No,
skibidi
no, no,
toilet
no, no. I was
mutant
just
moon
gonna ask a
horses.
question.
Oh, yeah, sure. You were
Oh,
just
okay.
asking a question that happened to switch the topic from a current
I'm not trying
question.
to switch the topic. I'm just curious about something.
What are you curious about then, huh? What? How
I'm
much we know?
about what you gentlemen think is the ideal location and setup for a goon cave.
Okay, now this is a whole other can of worms I do not want to open right now. I really think that we're onto something here about the secrets of the world and why men are being suppressed by the government, women. I think we're really onto
Skibidi
something.
toilets.
What
And it's
about Skibidi?
all the Skibidi toilets. They are the puppet masters of our destinies as men.
I
And
believe the Skibidi toilets are pushing anti-male propaganda and trying to make people believe that men can wear lipstick, they can have handbags, when in actual fact they're just trying to emasculate men so that when the Skibidi
men
toilets fully
woke.
take over and step out from the shadows, there'll be no men to fight back, only submissive women.
That is so true. And I feel like there's one word that really encapsulates what you are saying right now. And it's the wokeism of men. And
Hmm.
this has been a very serious issue inside of our media with brainwashing and how strong male leaders inside of our society, such as um, Skib Eddy. Um, if you guys don't know who this is, he actually wrote one of my main inspirations, the Bible.
Wow.
With on the topic of the Skibidi toilets controlling the world, if you think about it, that song they make, it's almost like a sleeper agent activation signal. Because it's awfully strange
Oh
how it's like
shit.
Skibidi dop dop dop, yes, yes, yes. Think about
You're
it for a
right.
minute.
I don't think Toby can speak, considering not only is he glowing harder than the sun, but he is a petite little woman man. He is submitting to the Skibidi toilet
The government got him.
agenda. He has been wokeified.
Yes, but you know what, Ollie?
What?
There's woke chemicals in your pie candle.
Oh, not my
Okay,
pie candle. No, 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 no.
guys,
Don't come after
calm
my pie
down.
candle.
Right. Number one, Ollie, you are buying into this glowy. He's misleading the conversation, trying to divert us away from
You're
serious
right. There's no
conversations
chemicals in the
which
pie
are
candle.
making lasting changes. That we are uncovering the secrets of the universe. Now, Caleb, have you got anything to add? Obviously, you work with the Skibidi toilets, as we already know, don't you?
We've got two feds.
I wouldn't say I work with them. I work
Oh, let's
along.
pause. So you just confirmed their existence, which means that my theory actually has
Oh
merit.
shit!
Checkmate, glowy.
Glowing? Wow.
Glowing.
Caleb, god damn it!
Shit.
Well,
Might leave
well,
it there, actually.
You
well,
are
the Skibidi
so
toilets are
fired.
going to put you in a toilet, and they're going to Skibidi bop 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 bop. Yes. Who? The question is, in society, who are going to be the camera men of the world? Who are going to be the speaker men of the world? Who are going to be the TV people of the world?
Us men who refuse to become women. We're real alpha
I
males. We
believe
will
You,
entrance
resist the
will be
brainwashing
you
and the
gentlemen
the
womanification.
supreme
forgetting,
general
you
of
gentlemen,
this.
are you gentlemen forgetting one of the most important parts of the Skibidi verse? The TV woman.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to get onto.
Proper,
But
it's skibidi propaganda, believing
no,
that women can be strong and fight against skibidi toilets.
no, it is not. Now, if we know that our world is going to become, skibbity, more skibbity in a couple of years, I think it's important that we find out who the TV woman is. Now, I think there's a couple of people who this could be. One, Margaret Thatcher, one of the strongest women to ever exist.
I
The
spit
Iron
on
Lady.
it.
To the Queen of England.
I thought she
Believe
was
she'll
dead.
come back.
Or 3, Liz Truss. Now, there are 3 things these
She's not
people have
strong.
in similar.
Yeah, she gave up after
Right.
like a fucking week.
3 things. That's what they want you to think, but they actually killed her. Now let me get on to that. The Skibidi
be
Toilets
fair,
have
how can she be
taken
TV then?
out these 3 strong TV women who were clearly destined for stuff greater, but they had their lives cut short by the Skibidis. I think that they are planning. I think the Skibidi Toilets have actually travelled back in time to weaken us as humanity, let's say. And yeah, yeah,
I think that's a great point.
Gentlemen, I have a business proposition for you.
Let's talk about business.
What if we were to buy broken panes of glass from window salesmen at a discounted price? Then we could smash them up and pulverize them into tiny, tiny pieces, like dust-like pieces. And then we could sell it to junkies as cocaine. They wouldn't know the difference until their lungs have been pulverized by the powdered glass.
No, this actually sounds a lot like what the CIA did to low-income
No, I
neighborhoods.
think a better business opportunity to get more money for spending less is we buy, I think, maybe 2 vapes, and we go around to little children, like 12-year-olds who are now very popular with vaping, and we say to them, give us $40, we'll give you this vape. They give us the money, and then we leave. They cannot
I'm
do
going to
anything
have
about
to
it.
stop you
They can't
there,
fight us,
Caleb. I'm going to
and
have to stop
they
you
can't tell their
because
parents that someone stole their money because we're
you
buying
suggested
illegal
that a
substances.
12-year-old is not the prime vaping demographic, when in actual fact, they are the exact prime
And
vaping demographic. And they would know
now,
the vape and elf
on
bar economy too well to be scammed by such an
right.
atrocious
on
scam.
that
Let me just
But
say
they're
something.
always so
Ollie,
desperate.
I see what you're doing there. No, they are not. You do not understand anything about the vape economy. As you know me, Alfie, I am very deeply invested in the reselling of vapes. And I have to say, the prime demographic, see what I did there? Prime is people who like prime. Now, the best way that you can sell vape
12-year-old.
is by, no, younger than that. Prime. You see what? Prime. The branding Prime. Now,
Prime
what I've
flavored
been doing
vapes.
with my vapes is I've been putting a Prime sticker on them, and they have been flying off of the fucking shelves. Flying. I mean it. I
That's
have
smart.
been
That's
up
smart.
gentlemen,
600% since last quarter by just employing this. Now, what I
gentlemen,
employ all the people here and all of the viewers is that you put Prime on anything. Prime or cocaine.
no, gentlemen, you're forgetting a very important problem with Caleb's plan. He's not allowed around children anymore, is he?
Now, first off, I see what you're saying
That
there.
court case was revoked years ago
Yet it's
You
still
thought
as
on your
so?
false allegations.
Ongoing.
Nonetheless, Caleb is not dumb enough to do it himself. He would get people to do it for him. He's that
Women.
rich and
Right.
powerful. Anyway, let's change subjects. I think it's about time we talk about
The benefits of edging.
benefits of edging. Great suggestion, Caleb. There are a lot of benefits to edging. I mean, not just lasting longer, but
Friction burns. That's a
that's,
downside.
that's a con. We're talking about pros first, and then we can go into the cons. I think that there are 3 things that edging does really well for men if you want to be a strong man. 1, it shows that you have discipline. 2,
Mm.
you last longer in bed. And 3, it's a good way to spend your time.
It
Because
is.
you can do it while on the stock market or while gambling. It's something that you can just
In this
employ
world
to.
full of
Or while
overstimulation
day
like
drinking.
TikTok, things like edging are just such a better option than overstimulating yourself with
Exactly.
TikTok and internet usage.
So
And you're
true.
not succumbing to the woke mob. Now,
Indeed.
I have a few words to say about the woke mob until, we need to continue this conversation, obviously, about edging, because it's really important for men to know about edging. But the woke mob, it's real. Now, there was this mobster, right? He used to be anti-woke, right? He used to hate gay people, women, transgenders inside of his mob. He would not let them in. But that's changed. Now, I don't know if it's because of woke mind control and how they use magnets to brainwash us, but his son, this strong alpha male who's on the top of his game, his son actually liked to dress up in drag. Now, understandably, I know this man. I've known him for a very, very, very long time, and he was shook, and he didn't know what to do. But he loved his son so much, and him coming out as dressing up as drag actually changed the way that he operated in his business, and it actually made it woke. So he started accepting gay people, trans people, women even, if you can believe that, into his
Yeah.
mob. And that's why the woke mob is real. I've seen it happen to my own friends, how the woke mind control really gets you.
And Toby, what do you have to say about that, Toby? As allegedly you have been taken by the woke mindset.
You see, honestly, I remember the good old days of the mob where if there was, say, a rat, they would simply say, "Rattle 'em, boys." But now, due to it becoming the woke mob, of course, they've had to start going, "Cancel them." Them.
Now,
Just not
they
the
don't
same.
just say that. He says, pronoun them, boys! Pronouns. That is a big thing inside of a woke mob. And I don't think it's what people don't think about, right? Pronouns. That's the most under low-key thing that they can do to get to you. Because we all have pronouns.
Mm.
They've made us all have pronouns. So that
And no one
actually
thinks about
makes everyone
pronouns
slightly
until
woke.
they put it out like they do.
Exactly.
That's a great point.
But I actually have something to compare it to. In the world, there are so many microplastics, and now no humans do not have microplastics inside of their blood. It's just like how the woke mob have given everyone in the world pronouns, so they have that little bit of control. They have this little bastion inside of you as an alpha male, where they try and corrupt you from it. And I just gotta say, we should get rid of pronouns. I think. What do you guys think?
I
I
think
think that's
the
a
woke
great
mob
point.
want you to believe that drinking male semen won't make you stronger and won't make you more of an alpha male, but it will. If you start recycling your semen, you will be instantly transformed from a lowly,
I've heard
fat,
that there's protein in semen.
little beta male to a sigma male because of all the protein in your fat loads.
Now, that's so true. I've been employing this technique. I've been mixing it with my protein shakes, just to get that extra edge in.
Why do you think
No.
the women these days are so manly? Because they drink our semen. They want to steal it for themselves.
I've
Mm.
never really thought of that before.
That's a great point.
Something else, since we're talking about working out and like how to really get that protein and how to get that extra edge up in your workouts, I've just got to say, edging has changed my life when it comes to workouts. It's made me so disciplined. I can carry out all my workouts without any hesitation
And what I
or
found is
thinking
that
about other things.
before a heavy set, if you start edging and you get right to the point, it boosts your testosterone for your set.
Does in
My
bad
lifts have never
days.
been heavier.
Now,
Wow.
also another little trick. Don't tell anyone, guys. Basically, you have to buy my course if you want to figure out, but I'm going to tell you that involves bees and honey. I'm not going to tell you how to use them because you have to buy my online course in the description, by the way. But
In the description.
the description.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of ways that you can naturally boost your testosterone and then, make your workouts more enjoyable and more gains. I have this friend. His name is Joe. And Joe, he used to be a petite little femboy. But ever since he started drinking semen and employing my B techniques, he has turned into an alpha male. And I mean an alpha male. His traps are huge.
Bitches love big traps.
They, they do. They really do. Toby, you
Now,
haven't spoken
gentlemen,
much. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
apologies. Please ask
After
Tobias,
you.
whatever you
After
want
you.
to.
After you. No, no.
Okay. Gentlemen, what is your opinion on Futa? And is it considered homosexual? I think Tobias should go on this, considering he
Now,
hasn't spoken very much.
it's funny you ask that because that is literally what I was about to ask him.
I think the government's got him. Is he still here?
I think, Toby,
I'm still
are
here.
you okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you disassociating from all the gooning you've done? Has it made you lightheaded?
I think that's what's happening. Now,
Yeah.
I want you to
You got
focus
me.
on my voice, Toby. I'm going to ask you a question, and
Mm-hmm.
you've got to express your opinion about it.
All right.
Is Futanari homosexual?
You see, that's a very complex question, isn't it? Because there are many factors you have to consider. How male does the woman look?
Now, Toby, I don't know what's wrong, but your microphone is crackling quite a lot, buddy. Is this because you're bent over right now with a Futanari slapping against your ass?
No.
No,
Now,
that sounded guilty.
that
The
sounded
That sounded like a
microphone is
guilty man.
lying.
I think there's most definitely something
now,
behind this screen.
Of course, the Fed would like
wait, what's
Futa.
that noise? Flap, 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 get pregnant? Who? Why can we hear that in the
You are
background?
making this shit up. You are making this shit up.
I hear it too. He's got
I hear it as
witnesses.
well.
I was hearing it while we were all quiet, waiting for Toby's response. I think he's in his goon cave.
Are you
Now,
not in your goon cave, Caleb?
Like currently, I'm focused on the podcast at hand.
exactly. That's why you don't need to go into your goon cave. Because we're talking
As a
about this.
Sigma male who likes to optimize his time usage, I'm currently speaking on this podcast and gooning at the same time to really efficiently goon.
See, this podcast is important for the youth and the young men, and I think that they deserve for me to have my full attention on this podcast.
That's true. That's exactly what I'm employing as well. Because I really think this podcast is important for men who seem lost in the world and they need people to look up to. They
Yes.
need.
What example are we setting to today's generation if they aren't even going to multitask and goon at the same time as their work?
I'm not
They
saying that
will.
I don't multitask.
That's just
I'm
called
saying that
time
I
management.
don't multitask as for, let's say, respect for the kids and the young men watching our podcast. That is why I don't multitask. I want to give them my full attention. Now, of course, when this podcast is over, I will hop right into my goon cave and start looking at the stock market, looking at potential mates to spring my offspring from, to slowly conquer the world with many knees.
Right. Hold it. Doesn't that plan sound oddly familiar to what the Skibidi toilets are doing? Now,
And of course, the Fed would buy into the Skibidi toilet
I'm
agenda.
not a Fed. I'm not a Fed. I'm not a Fed.
you
That sounds like
work
something the
for
Fed would
the
say.
IRS, you
You are
glowy.
literally the tax man. Keep on
I don't work for
glowing.
that. I'm watching them from the inside.
Then
You're
For my
tell
own
a secret. Tell us their secret.
Tell us the secret.
Spill the beans.
Okay. So make sure no one's around. Yeah. So they employ this, all the microplastics in our blood that are employed by the IRS. They form your bodies into what they want you to be. And so slowly but surely, the microplastics take over your blood, and the blood rushes to places by visual stimulation, and they brainwash you basically with these microplastics into becoming a human that they want you to be, and then
I have some
do things
thoughts.
like pay taxes.
Okay. Obviously, you're an underling at the IRS. Now, you know that the Skibidi toilets are on top of the world. They run everything. Now, if they can really control your thoughts with plastic and change what they want you to be, I have a theory that these microplastics they're putting in us, they're trying to get enough microplastics so that they can transform our bodies into plastic toilets.
That's what I've been worrying about. That's what I've been spying on more recently. I am an underling in their ranks. I have not met up with the head of the corporation, but
The head of a Skibidi. Sorry. Um, Now I believe this is all based out of Ohio, and I feel like Kai Cenat is actually a part of this. Kai Cenat is a big influence to young people, and especially his friend Phantom Tax is kind of employing this idea that having tax is normal. Because
taxing
when
is not normal.
it is not, and Kai Cenat and Phantom are convincing the world that tax is real. Because when Phantom comes in and says Phantom tax and takes Kai Cenat's food, that makes young children think, oh, that's normal. Oh, they can take my money. Stuff
Wow,
like
that is
this.
truly an
So it's
interesting
not a
point.
normal phenomenon.
I've just realized that right now.
What other animal species has to pay to live on the earth? None of them. We are the only ones.
None of
I
them.
think that
We
taxing
are the
is
only
a
ones.
fake concept that we only do because of the threats from the IRS and the threats from
From the
the
Skibidi
Skibidis
Nation.
of
I
You
think
know,
we should start taxing the apes. While they are too simple and stupid to understand the freedom of not being taxed, as they evolve and they become smart, they will just assume that taxation is a fundamental part of their society and that they depend on us and us taking their
Let's
money
bring this up.
for them to thrive.
If we evolved from apes and monkeys, how come there are still apes and monkeys? Have they not learned to evolve? Or was evolution simply not a thing? And it was a fake concept.
Now,
Maybe they were like Pokemon and they just didn't want to evolve.
That's a
gentlemen,
point.
I'm going to have to stop you there. We need to, I personally, I need to go and hit the slots. I can't control myself.
I need to day drink.
And I think
I need to start gooning.
I think we've had a very interesting discussion here, and it's been a real eye opener for a lot of us here, especially me, knowing that two of my brothers are glowies. And I feel like we've covered a lot of ground today about men and how young people should act to be alphas like us.
indeed.
Thank you guys for listening. This is the Grum Podcast episode 2. He's a big chungus.
Keep gooning, gooners.
Yeah, keep gooning, gooners. Goons
Grum
out.
on forever.
Goon Squad out.